everyone, Shaked Bartal is here. It's Sukkot Eve, so I want to wish everyone first in English, Happy Sukkot, and in Hebrew, Chag Sukkot Sameach. And ladies and gentlemen, yours and mine, everyone else out there, including my cat, Shugi, the Carolina Panthers are 4-2. Yes, I said 4-2 one time. So remember, they were 0-2, but the Panthers are 4-2 following a 37-26 impressive, dominating win on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in London. So the Panthers are 1-0 playing overseas. And ladies and gentlemen, let's break down how the Panthers won that game, because I'm sure a lot of you weren't up so early in the morning. I mean, it was a 9:30 a.m. kickoff time, Eastern time. I didn't like getting up so early, but ladies and gentlemen, when the Panthers play, everyone has to be up and watch them play, unless, God forbid, you have an emergency, which then, that is totally understandable. Even if you're at work, I'm sure you could listen to the game. But anyway, the Panthers' defense was outstanding. Sure, they gave up 26 points. But here's two things that everyone should remember. Number one, the Carolina Panthers, they don't call them the Cardiac Cats for nothing. The Panthers, for whatever reason, like to cause us a lot of stress and chest pain. I'm sure that they probably have a psychology who's sponsoring the Panthers. They have a cardiology who's sponsoring the Panthers because, gosh, they cause us stress. They cause us chest pain. But at the end of the day, we love them, the Carolina Panthers. So they gave up 26 points, but let's be honest, not all 26 points is the result of the defense. 7 of these 26 points was the result of Ray McLeod fumble on a punt when the Panthers let the Buccaneers stop. Buccaneers recover it, and few plays later, they score a touchdown. Couple of the touchdown for Tampa Bay, you could see that the defense was gash, and they play soft, so that, again, Cardiac Cats, the Panthers enjoying, apparently, causing us stress and chest pain. But ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the big picture. Carolina Panthers had 7 sacks. Unbelievable. The Carolina Panthers had 5 turnovers. Unbelievable. 4 interceptions. 2 by James Bradbury. 1 by Luke Kuechly. And I'm wearing the Luke Kuechly jersey. They also had 1 by Russ Cockrell, 1 by Jamius Elliott. So unbelievable interception, 4 interception. The Panthers also had a fumble recovery by big man Vernon Butler, who's played outstanding today. The Panthers had 2.5 sacks by Gerald McCoy. They had a sack by Dantari Poe. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, coming to the season, it was unknown. Which Dantari Poe are we going to see? Are we going to see the one who was drafted in the first round, very early in the first round, by the Kansas City Chiefs, who played great while he was in Kansas City? Or are we going to see the Dantari Poe who was very inconsistent, didn't show up last season? So far, we've seen the Dantari Poe who played with the Kansas City Chiefs for plenty of years and had a great overall career with the Kansas City Chiefs. So outstanding game by Dantari Poe. He had a sack. Brian Burns, NFL Rookie of the Month player, is probably going to win it, the NFL Rookie of the Year, if he keep it up. And you know what? He's going to be voted for the Pro Bowl, but unfortunately, he's not going to be able to play in the Pro Bowl because the Panthers might be going to the Super Bowl. So Brian Burns might not get to play in the Pro Bowl, but he's playing outstanding. He had a sack today. Bruce Irvin had a half a sack, combined with Gerald McCoy. Mario Addison played great. The entire defense overall today, ladies and gentlemen, was outstanding. They made Jameson, Watson inconsistent. He was very inconsistent today. Sure, he threw for over 400 yards, but ladies and gentlemen, he's going to have a nightmare, absolutely a nightmare about the Carolina Panthers defense, and I'm sure he's glad that he won't have to play against the Panthers for the remaining of the season unless somehow, some way, Tampa Bay will sneak to the playoff. I don't think they will. So the Panthers defense, 7 sacks, 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. And honestly, they could have another one and they jump on it. But you know what? No complaining. You give up realistically 19 points. You have 7 sacks, 5 turnovers. No one is going to complain. They did an outstanding job of shutting down the Tampa Bay running game. It was a dominating performance by the Carolina Panthers. And you know what? They did that today without one of their best cornerbacks, Dante Action Jackson, who couldn't play today. So overall, outstanding performance by the Panthers defense. I gave them a game ball. That's how good the world 5th Avenue was in showing today in London. And they were showing all over the NFL today. Outstanding job by the Panthers defense. Just outstanding. The offense, sure, they couldn't get the running game going. But then again, Tampa Bay decided, just like in week 2, today they decided, oh, we are going to put 8 men in the box. We are going to dare the Carolina Panthers to beat us in the air. And guess what? The Panthers did that. Kyle Allen, outside of a couple of throws where I'm sure if you will look back at the tape, you will say, man, I should have had this place back. Outside of 2-3 bad throws, including 2 of them will drop by, always is reliable, but today it wasn't. Jarvis, always, the price is right. I guess with the drop today, it's the price is wrong. So, Kyle Allen had 2 drop pass by Jarvis Wright. 1 drop pass by Greg Olsen would have been a touchdown, but would have been extremely difficult pass to catch. So he had a pass on that one. DJ Moore had a few drop pass early in the game, but then after that he played outstanding. Overall, the Panthers offense was extremely great. I mean, they play outstanding. Cody Samuel had a great game. DJ Moore, as I mentioned, had a great game. Greg Olsen had a great game. Christian McCaffrey, even though he didn't have much success running the ball, he was outstanding catching the ball, scored touchdown in the air, and another touchdown running the ball on 4th down, on 4th and goal. I just recorded a video a short time ago, which hopefully everyone is watching it, or if you're not, you should watch it. It's a rendition of The Defense is Terrified by Christian McCaffrey. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense is indeed extremely terrified of Christian McCaffrey. You look at the Buccaneers players, and they're almost afraid. They're not almost, they're extremely afraid of touching Christian McCaffrey. And I get that. It's called the McCaffrey syndrome. You face Christian McCaffrey, you run to the side, you run to the left, you run to the right, you run away from Christian McCaffrey because you know he's going to run over you. I don't blame them. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, and I don't have a vote, but if I did, I would clearly vote for Christian McCaffrey for MVP after 6 games. He's outstanding. Kyle Allen played great, like I mentioned, outside of a couple of throws. And I got to give kudos to the Panthers offensive line. Sure, they gave up a couple of sacks, but Shaquille Barrett was missing today. Against the Panthers in week 2, he destroyed Darrell Williams and he destroyed Cam Newton. Today, Shaquille Barrett was sackless. I have to say, the Panthers offensive line, sure, they couldn't create running room for Christian McCaffrey, but they did an outstanding job of protecting Kyle Allen overall. And what would you know? Kyle Allen did not even have one fumble today. He had 0. I repeat, 0 fumble today. So it was great. Kyle Allen did a great job of spreading the ball around to DJ Moore, to Curtis Samuel, to Greg Olsen, to Christian McCaffrey. Tried to find Jarius Wright. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to the ball. Outstanding performance by Kyle Allen. He did what he had to do. The Panthers are 4-2. Yeah, they were 0-2. Yes, I'm sure Pro Football Talk, ESPN, the other national media members out there who are clearly Panthers haters. After the Panthers were 0-2, they probably opened the champagne celebrating, oh, the Panthers are dead. This team is dead. They're not going anywhere. They're 0-2. They're completely dead. But ladies and gentlemen, you can throw your champagne away. The Panthers are 4-2. They are extremely dangerous team. And guess what? The Panthers are 4-2 without Cam Newton, without Trey Turner, without Dante Action Jackson, with the banged-up offensive line, with the bye week coming at the perfect time to heal everyone, to get Cam Newton back, to get Trey Turner back, to get Dante Action Jackson back. Ladies and gentlemen, this team is scary. To get Greg Little back from the concussion protocol. This team is scary. This team is dangerous. This team is frightening. If you are an opponent of the Carolina Panthers, I honestly don't want to face them. And this is taking away from the opponent, because there are very good teams on the upcoming schedule for the Carolina Panthers. In 2 weeks, San Francisco, they are undefeated. Sure, they might have played a soft, weak schedule so far, but they are still undefeated. Cannot take nothing away from San Francisco. You still have to face Tennessee, Green Bay, Atlanta, which sure they're 1-4, but ladies and gentlemen, still you face the Falcons. It's never an easy game, especially down in Atlanta. And even in Charlotte, you face the Saints. You know it will be a fight. You know it's going to be extremely difficult. You face the Packers at Lambeau Field. You know that game won't be an easy win for the Panthers. You face the winless Redskins, which you can never overlook anyone in the NFL. But ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget about the Seahawks. But ladies and gentlemen, as I look at the Panthers as a team in the NFC, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Panthers are Super Bowl bound, because that is way too soon. First, you have to get into the playoff, obviously. Then, you have to win your first game, your second game, then we can talk about Super Bowl. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the Carolina Panthers are extremely dangerous team in the NFL, in the NFC. You want to know why? Number one, they have outstanding, frightening, terrifying defense. If you're an offensive coordinator, if you're an opponent of the Panthers, I don't care who you are, you have to be afraid of this defense. Because if you cannot run against them, guess what? Your quarterback will be destroyed. Tampa Bay had a decent running game. It wasn't a factor today. And sure, they are better offense than Tampa Bay. But look at the wide receivers that Tampa Bay's had today. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, two outstanding wide receivers who did a pretty good job in week 2 against the Panthers. But today, sure, they had a couple of big catches here and there, but overall, they weren't a factor in the game today. That is because of the Panthers' defense. This defense for the Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, I thought before that it might be as good as the 0-3 teams that made it to the Super Bowl. But I honestly believe this defense might even be better than the 0-3 team. You cannot stop them. You might put up points against them. You might be able to run against them. But your quarterback will take a lot of it. I mean, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, against Houston Texans. Prior to that, Deshaun Watson against the Chargers, against a pretty good defense, was sacked 1 time, 1.5 sacks. Against the Panthers, he was sacked more than 5 times. Ladies and gentlemen, this defense is leading the NFL in sacks. I won't be shocked when the season is over if the Carolina Panthers defense record more than 65 sacks. I won't be shocked if they record more than 75 sacks. That is how good they are. If I'm not mistaken, and someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong, the Panthers finished the game today with 28 sacks. That's scary. Scary good. If you're a Panthers fan, if you're not, you're afraid. You really have to be afraid. And with Dante Jackson coming back, Dante Action, Showtime Jackson coming back after the bye week, it will add another thing. We all knew that the Panthers made acquisition in free agency and Bruce Owen. They signed Gerald McCoy. They draft Brian Burns and Corey Miller. But honestly, no one knew that this defense is going to be so good. We knew that they're going to be much better than last season. But to be that good with injuring players on the defense, gosh, they're scary. They're really, really scary. So that is one formula you need to have in the NFL to be successful, to potentially make it to the Super Bowl. Clearly, to make it to the playoff, you need to have a dominating offense, which they do. They have a dominating offense. They have a dominating defense. They have MVP and Christian McCaffrey. They have MVP Cam Newton, who's going to come back probably against San Francisco in 2 weeks, but we should wait and see. The Panthers have the formula to be extremely, extremely dangerous team. But don't let it fool the national media out there. You know you are Pro Football Talk allowing hateful, and I mean hateful, derogatory comments about Cam Newton, about the Panthers. We know you are Pro Football Talk. We know you are NFL.com, ESPN, and the rest of the Panthers hater out there. But guess what? We are 4-2. We are alive. We are a serious playoff contender. But you can bash us all you want. You can disrespect us all you want. You can say, oh, we are bad. We are terrified. We are inconsistent. Who cares? We know we are. We are 4-2. We are only going to get better from here on out. I'm not saying, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying the Panthers are going to go 14-2. That will be great. But what I'm saying is, the Panthers are a serious, strongly playoff contender in the NFC, then some. Of course, they have to get LCL. Of course, they have to do a good job of getting to the quarterback, protecting Christian McCaffrey, protecting the quarterback. But gosh, you want to make it to the playoff? You want potentially to win the Super Bowl? Guess what? You need to have an outstanding defense. You need to have a great offense. You need to have a special playmaker on offense. The Panthers have that, and Christian McCaffrey. They're terrified. Like I said in my video, your defense is terrified of Christian McCaffrey. Your team is terrified of the Carolina Panthers. They're 4-2. They're only going to get better. Enjoy the bye week, Panthers Nation. Completely ignore the national media who disrespect, who hate the Carolina Panthers. They're 4-2 for the right reason. They're only going to get better. To be 4-2 after starting 0-2 feel so good, as I like to say, and a win after the Panthers win, which they did. Sweet Caroline, oh, I feel so good. Keep pounding, we're 4-2. Enjoy the bye week, and here we go, Panthers, here we go.